Hi, everybody.
Yes. In other words, hi, everybody. August. Wow, so exciting about August. But what I do want to do right now is ask you to pause the video, go and get a deck of cards. Just go get a deck.
Oh.
And if you have a set right there, there's no need for you to pause. Okay. Obviously.
Pause anyway. Go
Pause
pee.
If you
anyway.
want.
Take a breather.
Get a
Take a
drink.
breather. This episode might be a little bit longer than typical. Because I really want you guys to absorb and to understand a lot of the characters that are in play, what type of spices we're using, what type of ingredients are going into this, because it's also an eclipse season. And we also have the Lions Gate coming in here. So
Yay.
I love that the layers of the cosmos are it's just an amazing time. I know I say it every single time, but guess what? It's amazing.
It is.
So on August 3rd, Chiron starts to station retrograde. And if you remember, Chiron is just moving into Taurus. Okay. So the conversation around self worth, the body, values, money, security are really coming into play here. But the most important thing, because this is a year of alignment, is the self-worth. It's just really coming into play because what you value, your financial stuff, that also contributes to your self-worth. So the question that's being asked at this point in time is, where have you built stability on things that can no longer truly sustain you? Okay. We're talking about alignment. This is a year of alignment. What's no longer truly sustaining you? And luckily enough, Chiron's getting ready to go into retrograde. So you get the opportunity to review, replace, pivot kind of a thing, because you're going to be in that retrograde. Let's look and see what I thought was, because we just did our baseline in July. The end of July was like, what is your baseline here? Celebrate it in June. Celebrate your accomplishments. July was like, okay, we now celebrate it. Now let's look at our baseline. Is it sturdy enough for us to launch out of? And then Chiron's going, okay, let's take some review. Let's just look back at it again. Let's make sure. Review before the final exam, right? And then on the 6th, Venus goes into Libra. Now we had this little bit of discomfort of going back into retrograde. What is it? What do we do? What are we going to revisit? What are we going to replace? And Venus comes in and she says, I'm going to soften some things for you. She creates this beautiful air trine. She just opens it right up for us. And with this air trine, it's going to be with Uranus, which is about sudden change, and Pluto, which is about transformation. When you have Venus there, she's going to soften whatever messages, whatever transformation is coming through. Okay. Beauty, pleasure, romance, softness. There's also a belief that you can create as and within your authentic self because you're creating from the heart. Let's not forget, we're in Leo season here. Okay. And the fact, I also pulled the Empress card, and you'll notice she's actually sitting on a heart, depending on which deck you have. She's actually sitting on a heart. So that's in the core. So that softening is from embracing your truth and knowing some things had to go. You had to say goodbye to some things, and you're saying hello to other things because it's opening up for you. That air trine, easy flow. Think about the kite up in the air. Oh. And then we come to August 11th. Mars goes into Cancer. Mars doesn't like Cancer. He's like, what? You want me to slow down? You want me to feel? I want to act. And it's in Cancer, and Cancer's like, no, we have to reflect. We have to go inward. Mars is like, I want to be outward. I want to be active. Cancer's preventative, active preventative, outward, inward. So those discomforts come around. There's going to be some tensions. There can be, here's a caution, guys, some tension in conversations and relations in the home. There can be some discomforts in what you thought was security. Here we go back to the Chiron in retrograde, right? What you thought was making you more stable within yourself, within your core. So I'm going to say here, find a safe word, whether it's your mate that you're having a conversation with and things blow up, a co-creator, have a safe word that you guys use and go, hey, this is the safe word. We need to step away and step back, and let's revisit this in a little bit when we all get back from our place, our beach setting, or maybe a nice shower, whatever it is that you need to do to reset, to come back into your own, to remember why you're here, why you're having this conversation with, and then to kind of readdress it because the tensions are high. Mars is fighting. He's like, I want to do it my way. And Cancer's like, sweet, you are not going to be able to do it your way. Okay, because we are in harmony. We're coming into this together, and it's not a bad thing to slow down. It's not a bad thing to slow down, Mars. It's not. It's not a bad thing to be in reflection. It's not a bad thing to be intuitive. We have to soften the ego here. So find your safe word, okay? And take a breath here. Get your cards, put them in your hand, have them beside you, because we're going into eclipse season. And so exciting, so excited. Okay, where do I start to explain all this? Because there's just so much. So what I want to start with is by explaining what an eclipse is. And I'm just going to explain the energetics portion of it. So this is a new moon total solar eclipse, and the new moon is in Leo. Okay, so when we have an eclipse, it's 10 times the power. It's an eclipse, and it's 10 times the new moon power. So there's a lot of activity here. There's a lot of power behind this. It's a fated change. It's going to happen. The nodes are right there with you. It's going to happen. Just buckle the F in, okay? Buckle in, okay? We've got the new moon in alignment with the node. And basically, when you have a total eclipse, you've got the sun. The moon is blocking the sun from the earth because you've got the sun, the earth, and the new moon is blocking. Okay. What I love about this eclipse is that, first of all, it's in Leo, which is wonderful, take the spotlight, but it's also at the top of the chart, which is, again, take the spotlight. It's an stellium. So we've got the sun, the moon, Jupiter, Mercury, all in Leo at the top of the chart. Yes, go into center stage, but be in your authentic and truthful self. Come from the heart. So there's a lot here. So a stellium is when more than 3 planets are in the same sign. And I just named off, we have 4 planets in the same sign. The fact that Jupiter is there, we're going to expand things. The fact that Mercury is there, it's going to be talking about communication, truthful feelings, truthful ways of teaching. And that is being illuminated by this solar eclipse. I'm sorry. Yes, the total eclipse. And what else is in the conversation here? I mean, that alone is a huge, big conversation. And it's in a conversation that's also at the same time as an air trine and a kite. I'm sure there's many more things, but that's where I stopped because I was like, this could go on forever. So if we look at that air trine where things are floating for us, nice and easy floating, we've got the air trine with Venus and Libra. That was bringing in that softness, that comfort, helping us to integrate this new thing that's being illuminated. So when you're coming from your authentic truth, it's a little scary sometimes. What if I'm not accepted? What if there's a certain amount of rejection? Nobody likes that feeling. So Venus is going to come in and she's going to help you harmonize that integration. Yes, there might be some rejection. Whatever words you have to say, who the F cares, okay, take the rejection and use it someplace else. Or maybe even dig deeper into why rejection affects you in the way that it does. Does it allow you to be stagnant? or does it allow you to move ahead? The other part of this trine is Uranus and Gemini. And Uranus and Gemini, sudden changes around the way that you communicate, around the way that you see things. So perspective, there's a sudden change in perspective here. This sudden change of perspective is in sextile, along with Venus and sextile, to this eclipse, to this stellium as well. When we have a sextile, it's something you've got to reach for. So Venus is saying, yes, I'm going to help you with this interaction and incorporating everybody, integrating everybody in a harmonious way. But you got to do some work too. You got to kind of reach for it. And Uranus is saying the same thing. Yes, your perspective is going to change. Not a bad thing. It might be even sudden. It may be even shocking to you. You may even judge or shame yourself because you had this other perspective for so long and then, oh, bam. Oh, wow. But you have to reach for it. So do you reach for it in a way where you're going to continue to shame yourself because you didn't see it before? Or you're going to be like, well, glad I know it now. Kind of mentality, kind of energy. Now, the third recipe, the third component in this whole soup is the lovely Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius wants transformation. And with this transformation, it's not just, oh, you're going to transform. It's own your transformation, make it better, make it deeper, make it more so that your roots, no matter how you are shaken, continue to come from your place of security, true self-worth. We cannot forget the Chiron conversation. I'm sorry. Playing very, very loudly in the background. Like if it's an orchestra, you're kind of like, Chiron, okay, we hear you, but you need to quiet down a little bit. Somebody else is trying to come in and have some conversation too. But the kite comes into play because we have this air trine and then we have those two sextiles. And when we look at this, what's the anchor? What's holding the bottom of the bottom of the kite as it's flying in its elegance, collecting and showcasing all this information is Pluto in Aquarius. So the transformation is the anchor at this point in time. We keep thinking transformation is something that's going to happen. Yes, it does. But there's a more mature frequency of it where it's already transformed. And now it's time for you to own that shit. So that's your anchor. And you've got some fire energies that are playing in here as well. But I don't get the sense that it's going to be an out of control blaze of a fire because the air is there. And when you have fire and air, you can have a wildfire, right? I don't get that sense because Saturn and Neptune are the two that are in Aries. And Aries is, impulsive, goes after things. But what they're doing, because they're at the bottom of the chart as well, not at the very bottom, but they're at the ground level and they're offering inspired action with grounded purpose. So again, we have all these things at the bottom of the chart that are like, what's your purpose? What's your why? Why? And then you have that anchor of that transformation. What are you transforming into is no longer the question. How are you transforming it now? How are you using what you transformed into to help you create and maintain your authentic self, your authentic truth as you spotlight? Because you've got this eclipse here and it's showing the light on anything, everything and anything. So if you come and you're just showboating and you're coming from a BS level of, I'll just do this, I'll just mail this in, I'll take a shortcut here and do this and do that. The eclipse, the illumination of the eclipse is going to show. It's going to every faulty everything is going to show. So don't do that. Take this transformation, take it into heart, use that Sagittarian energy, use that Neptune energy as well. Stay disciplined, have structure around what you're doing. It. These dreams are amazing. They're fabulous. Bring them into light. Make sure they have a structure. Don't just ship it out there. What does my husband say when I mail it in? Don't just mail it in because it's going to show if you just mail it in. Mercury is at the heart of this story. I'm going to be honest with you. It was coming through so loud and clear. Not because it's part of the stellium, but because it's in direct, not only because it's part of the stellium, but because it's in direct opposition with that anchor. So the anchor is holding it down. It's that tether. And Mercury, I'm coming from my heart. It's completing this kite. And it is acting as the mediator between the solar eclipse and the air trine. So you've got this total solar eclipse blocking out the conscious, blocking out what I already know, allowing you to go ahead and dive deep into the unconscious, things that are unseen. You've got this amazing, huge flashlight that you don't even have to bother carrying with you because it's an eclipse, okay? That huge illumination there. And then you have that translator of Mercury. So here, what I want you to do is take a nice deep breath in, touch your cards, shuffle if you'd like, pull a card, don't look at it. And this becomes what Mercury is translating for you between the air trine and the solar eclipse.
Melinda.
Scared.
Don't
I'm
look.
scared.
Don't look at it because
not
that's
looking.
something for you to
Not
journal
looking.
about later
Not
on.
looking.
There's no need to be scared. No need to be scared. I mean, you have Jupiter in this stellium as well. And Jupiter is not only about expanding, right? It's the benefit. It's the happiness. It's the lucky number. So it's okay. Dream bigger, lead with confidence kind of things comes through. Teach with confidence, inspire with confidence, because you've got that anchor of your transformation there, and you've been looking at it. You've celebrated what you've got. You're looking at your wounds around self-worth, reevaluating your wounds around self-worth, bringing it into the illumination of the solar. Okay. Okay. Are you ready? Just let you guys just shake that off and breathe a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot.
When do
Now,
we get to look at the card?
No. You look at that card later on when you're ready at your own time and you journal about it.
So we'll put in the show notes what it means again.
Wait. Let me pull my card down.
I don't have my deck by me. Sorry.
You can imagine what you just pulled, though. Pretend you have the deck.
No, pause and go get it. Pause and go get it. Because I'm going to put my notes in order because I threw the other one on top and it shouldn't be here.
Okay, everybody. Well, Rosalind is well, no, she can get it, but we can maybe Adrienne, you can just go back and just restate what the card represents.
This card is going to represent, well, it could be a supporting card, or it could be whatever you want it to be, but it's going to help. It's the Mercury card. What's going to help you with the translation between the solar full moon, the solar new moon, total eclipse, and the air trine? Your flag. What's on your kite? What's on the front and the back of your kite, right? Because that's Mercury is like, here it is. This is what's on your sign, what's on your kite. Okay.
So it's like if we were going to purchase a billboard image and put like an expression of our self there, like what quote would we put up on that billboard? How would we
it could be a quote if that's what comes through for you. It could be what's going to support you. It could even be your mantra as you go through this, because let's think about this. The fire in the air can cause some turbulence. It can cause the air to go really big. And if you're afraid of heights like me, I'm a little bit uncomfortable up there in the sky. There's some comforts around showing up in your authentic self. It can be a mantra around that. What's going to help you to, okay, I'm all right. This is not going to it's not going to knock me off my square, kind of a feeling. Could be something that's going to empower you. Could be all three of those. What's going on my flag? What's going to empower me? It could be everything, anything.
Beautiful. Okay. I love it.
I didn't take me for. Oh, 3 cards fell out. All right.
Air trine.
Hey.
I'm just going to leave
like
them.
The one I pulled. I'm just
over. You weren't supposed to look at it.
Well, I did.
She does not follow the rules.
I'm stubborn.
Doesn't follow the
Little
rules.
bull.
Okay. Let me see. Oh no, I've got the AC on because, not the AC, but the fan on because it's real here. So this is a big thing, the solar eclipse. Now, the things that are happening in the days after the solar eclipse are also going to support us. Now, you may ask, well, why the heck didn't these things happen before the solar eclipse? Because the cosmos asked you in June, what are you celebrating? Celebrate your accomplishment. In July, it asked you for your baseline. So it already kind of told you what you were supposed to be looking at and kind of looking to decide what's going where and all that good stuff. It's coming in after, kind of like an ice cream sandwich per se, with the good stuff in the middle, maybe, however you want to look at that. In coaching, we give good, bad, good, or good, critiquing, good. So this is kind of like an ice cream sandwich of that. So on the other side of the sandwich, the bread, we have on August 15th, Mercury conjunct Jupiter. So your message becomes, let's expand. Let's be our own cheerleader. Caution, listens to what others inspire, listens to what other people say, even though it could be the complete opposite of what you're thinking, but take into account how it inspires you to be in your truth and communicate from your truth. In other words, don't out-talk others just because they have the opposite view of you. Kind of like, that's interesting. Well, I don't want to approach it that way. I'm going to make sure I don't. Or, maybe there is another side to this. Maybe there is another perspective to it. Don't jump on board with them. Be your own cheerleader. But how can that inspire you to be in a higher frequency? Okay. On the 17th, Mercury goes into a trine with Saturn. Remember, we just talked about the importance of Saturn. He's going to say, examine your blueprints, share them with structure, map them out with structure, set deadlines. Don't do the shortcuts. It's just kind of like remind you, don't do the shortcuts. Remember, when you have a trine, that's your wingmen. Those are the ones that are helping you along. So get your proof together, your proof of what it is you're presenting, what it is you are. This is my proof. This is why I believe my self-worth is this and not that. Okay. Get your plans together and stay disciplined and committed. May feel unshaky. Stay disciplined and committed. On the 21st, Venus goes into an opposition with Saturn. And when you have the opposition, you got, they're pulling, they're at, what is that? But the rope, you got
Tug of war.
Tug of war. So think of it as a tug of war, but that tug of war is so that you become in some type of harmonious balance together. So Saturn is saying, make strong boundaries. And Venus is like, but I want them all to come in. And Saturn goes, you know what, girlfriend? Strong boundaries are sexy too.
Yes.
Okay. So do have some caution around the red flags that come up, but don't be like red flag and run. Say red flag. Let me put some attention to this red flag. Why is it a red flag? Why is it a trigger? What is it doing? Is it pulling me away? Is it bringing me forward to closer to something else to evaluate? Strong boundaries are sexy too. Say no to some things that aren't in alignment with what you want, because they're just not. It doesn't mean they're less than. They're just not for you. Okay. And then we come into August 22nd. The sun moves into Virgo. Really simply, simplify your life for the ease of the next level of transformation, or for the ease of this level of transformation. You're going to have your administrative duties, or it's definitely a beautiful time to do them, but don't do them in a way that they're not routines, but do them in a way that they become a ritual. Oh, I've got accounting to do today. Oh man, I got to do the books. I don't know, light a candle, get a beautiful wine glass, drink water out of it so that your mind is not taken away, but create it into a ritual. Like, you know what? I get to do my accounting finances today. Okay. Clean up what you don't want. If it doesn't belong, you don't want it, put it away. File it if you think it does have some value. Maybe get 3 filing little baskets and say, well, maybe, no, not really, and hell no. The hell no, go ahead and throw it away because it's hell no. Batch things for ease. So like prep things, prep dinner, prep lunch for tomorrow. Maybe make extra dinner so that you don't have to worry about lunch for tomorrow, so that you can enjoy the remainder of the summer. No, I'm not saying that because fall is going to be crazy, winter is going to be crazy. That's not what I'm saying yet. I'm just saying enjoy this warmth, enjoy this time, because you're in the spotlight, you're in the sun right now. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I can get a lot deeper with that, but there's no need, just simplify your life for the ease of this current evolution that you're in. Okay. On the 25th, Mercury is going to jump into Virgo as well. Loves this energy, he's just so at home in Mercury energy. And because he's in such a state of just like leisurely doing his job and everything, all the boxes are checked, but he's still leisure. He's saying, embrace your stress-free habits that are healthy and that are going to and contain them. So let me interpret that so it's not like a channeling prompt. It basically, whatever healthy routines and habits that you develop that are creating a stress-free lifestyle for you, continue them, make them part of your foundation. So on the 22nd, you started to do, this is not working, that's not working, that's not working. On the 25th, it's like, no, let's put them in our foundation. Let's put them down here so that we can remain balanced as we go through the rest of this energy. Again, it's a great time to edit things, but watch for being too much of a perfectionist. Okay. On the 28th, we have the full moon, which is a partial lunar eclipse. Now, here I'm going to ask you to pull a card, and I'm going to tell you what the card's for. Connect with your cards. Do not look, Rosalind. Do not look. Do not look. Just pull a card.
Do what she says, Rosalind.
Let's put it in a spot where you know this is the first card, because you're going to pull another card in a minute. Okay. Lots of layers here. Okay. But we're going to keep it simple, because the main thing here is about looking for synchronicities, looking for messages from the veil, because the veil is very thin during eclipse. Meditate, pull cards, and journal. I'm going to come back to what we're going to journal about in a minute and what we're going to pull our second card for. So, conversations that are going on here is about that transformation energy, because Pluto is in this conversation as well. Uranus is in this conversation about the sudden change in their perspectives. But there's another piece of that, because it's the sudden change in perspectives that were assumptions that we are not going to judge ourselves about, because we had these assumptions. Maybe you were told something and you didn't bother to research, whatever it was, just let it, okay, well, now I'm going to embrace this new sudden change of whatever. This one, the aspects that are going on are not as crazy, deep, very active, but it's a powerful moment of transformation. And I'm going to explain it like this. September 7th of last year, we had the lunar eclipse in Pisces. On August 28th of this year, it's the lunar eclipse in Pisces. So you've got another ice cream sandwich inside the other ice cream sandwich. And back in September, I went back and got my notes. We were talking about how thin the veil was, how big this energy was, 10 times 10. Like, it's huge. It's a full moon and it's an eclipse. So the nodes are in there as well, that faded conversation. So back then you were asked, what was unfolding in your past that can help you to see and share your future in a higher frequency? What spiritual knowing is coming through now that's going to bring it in an even higher frequency? Okay, because they're both in Pisces. I'm like, oh my gosh, they were both in Pisces. This is amazing. So the last one in September was about, okay, let's bring it to a higher frequency. And now in August, a year later, you've had a whole year to sit with this. I want you to go deeper. I want you to bring it to a higher, deeper, higher frequency. Talk about opposites, right? And again, this node, because they just recently switched over, again, they're talking about self-worth here. They're talking about alignment. And Uranus is coming through here because Uranus is the gift. And I say it's in a gift because the way that it's positioned, it's in a square to this eclipse. And when you have something that's a square, it's asking you, you got to pivot. It's not asking you, you're going to run into a wall. You're not going to be able to go further. You have to pivot. That's the gift. Okay. This is the card that I want you to pull. That's number 2. Okay. So as you pull your card, I'm going to talk through this a little bit. This lunar eclipse is 96 degrees covering the moon. You can play with numerology if you'd like to right there. 96, that's an A in my book. I'll take it. But it also reduces down to a 15, which reduces down to a 6. Okay, so I can let you play with that numerology. But it brings you down into that grandmother ancestral kind of level of wisdom that the number 6 has. So Uranus and Gemini, which is the gift, unpredictable perspectives may bring compassion, leading to forgiveness of ... not acceptance, forgiveness of, because that's going to open up a new path for you to evolve into something else. And that's what this card is about that you just pulled. I have a deep feeling that it is about the self-worth because Chiron just moved into Taurus. So forgiveness around self-deprecating assumptions that you had of yourself or that you've continued to develop about yourself because you didn't tap into the wisdom around this isn't my shit. Somebody else put this shit in my brain, or this isn't true. And you closed your eyes to all the things that you've done in your current past. Like you could even think about the things that you've done in your current past that show that that self-deprecating bullshit is not true. So stay in awareness of that. Remember, this is an alignment year.
So that was the
And
second card.
that's the second card.
So
I'm dropping the mic.
the first card of the second pull. Can you clarify what that one was?
No, you're gonna have to go back and listen
Wait,
because
I think there's 3 cards out so far.
Right.
One
Yes.
is from
Mercury.
Mercury. And then one is from, wait, I wrote it. I think there's the last one we just pulled is the gift.
Yeah. The gift for
Yes.
evolution.
And then the one before that, is it connected to the
I think it
August 28th?
it was just to pull the card
Just the energy of
around the energy of the partial lunar
that.
eclipse.
Yes, that day.
Perfect.
It's like, yeah, no, I don't remember what I said, but that's what you pulled the card of.
Well, I want to make sure I put it in the notes so that people can
Well,
reference it.
Hopefully when it's going to transcribe it, right?
Yeah, it will. I'll double check.
All right.
But just to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
'Cause
yeah,
I don't
that's
remember
a
what I said.
lot of exciting. I really like how so much of it is heart-centered authenticity. Like, as long as you're operating from that space, then you are working through everything that's coming up in the best way possible, which is kind of a lovely thing. Like as long as you're really feeling like you're making choices that are true to who you are and that your perspectives are true to who you are and that you're willing to, what I really liked too was the portion you were discussing of when you are dealing with the differences of others, maybe you're being triggered by the differences of others, you're not freaking out because it feels like dissonance to you. You're actually looking at it as a way to solidify how you believe what you believe and just, appreciate that there are differences that help you come to that understanding for yourself even deeper. Because I think when people feel differences out in the world, it's like, we must attack, we must get rid of what is not like us.
Exactly.
And it's like, well,
Exactly.
no.
Does not
So,
communicate, does not. And it's like, no,
yeah,
it's not. It's just there. What I think might be interesting, because I know you guys are probably already flipped over your cards,
I
is we
didn't the
do
last
another
two.
one. Good. That we do another one with just the readings and then we just read off what we got. I think that might be cool. But
Another episode?
yeah.
I mean, we can tag it on the end of this. If
Okay.
that's all the astrology, if you
That's all
want
the
to click
astrology.
off and be boring and click off, you can. But if you want to stick around for what we pulled, we can talk through it.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah, let's
Do
do
you, wait, I gotta write down what I said about
it. Card one.
Okay. Oh yeah. What was card one?
Card
That
one
was the
was
Mercury.
Mercury.
And in the Kite,
And yeah,
Oh,
how
Mercury,
was
what
he
the
your
transmission,
sign, your kite, your shield, your energy
your
of that
acre.
time? Yeah,
What's the transmission? Okay. And 3 cards came out for me there.
that's right.
Okay.
for the air
And
trine.
oh, the air tried. And then the second one was
That
around
was
The
August
the
partial
28th.
lunar
the full
eclipse.
moon partial lunar eclipse. Just overall energy, just like, oh, what's coming through. And then the last one was about
The gift
the
of
gift.
transformation.
Hmm.
No, it's Uranus. It's Uranus. So it's
Gift
the
card to
gift
evolution.
of evolution. Mm, okay. All right. Do you want to
Okay.
do one at a time, like the first one, what came through,
Yeah.
and then go through? Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. Who wants to
All
go
right.
first? Melinda, do you want to go first?
Of course she does.
No.
No.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
I mean, I can
Okay,
go
I'm ready to
first.
flip. No, I'm ready to flip. I didn't flip. I'm
Very
She paid
good
Mercury.
at
attention to
following
the
instructions.
rules. Yeah.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
it's very dramatic. It's
Okay.
very
All right.
dramatic.
So
It
this
is
one
it is
is
dramatic.
it's okay. This one is how you're transforming what messages. Mercury, remember, Mercury is laid back. He's at home. He's just chilling. He's like, okay, this is how I'm going to translate this
Well, I'll
message
tell you
for you.
what, Mercury is so laid back. He's laid front and he's
Oh
stabbed
God. Oh,
No,
down the
oh,
center with every sword.
not the Ten of
Oh,
Swords.
baby. It's the 10 of swords for me.
well, okay.
But
All right.
for me, I take that as truly a total surrender uh, to the divine because this is, a card of alignment in a lot of ways. It is a one, it is a numerological one. It's a 10 and it's a new beginning. And it's really just surrendering all you think you ever knew and just allowing your vision to go toward that horizon and the gold and just you're down, you're out, and you're beginning again. And it's like I mean, I really love this card. It's very dramatic in that way, but it's an opportunity for new thought. And it really does have the light and the dark. It contains all. It has duality in there. It's got the mudra of the Hierophant, the teaching, the lessons learned from all of these different thought forms that are penetrating into the body. But it's like a new embodiment is coming. So I don't know. That's how that's what I'm gonna translate it as right now. A new
Okay.
embodiment.
I like. I like. I'll go because I know Adrian has 3 cards. So I pulled firm and flexible, which I thought was nice for Mercury to be able to be adaptive. And,
Hmm.
we were talking about sexy, strong boundaries. So this feels, and if you're watching, you kind of see she's like definitely sexy, strong going on there. Um, but yeah, this feels very, it's an 11, so that's very much alignment, intuitive. So kind of matching the Mercury mental thinking with intuition to kind of be able to bridge between standing firm and being flexible and adaptive. So that's why I
Beautiful.
like
I
it.
love that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Adrian.
I'm reading all three. Jeez.
I mean, I guess you can pick one, but
Okay.
seems like your kite came out literally.
That literally came out. So the first one is seven, which is the inner authority. And basically, it's saying to trust yourself, to listen to your truth.
Mercury.
Yeah,
Powerful.
It's a very cool card.
very powerful card. And the next one is desire. Like, it brings about that heart truth that we were talking about. Okay. I like that this is the number seven and this is the number two. So there's a certain amount of a certain relationship between the two, and there's a harmony around that. I like that the path isn't necessarily clear on this, but it's not straightforward. There's
Mhm.
going to be some winding going on where you're taken from this side, taken from that side, and going
Like a
to the
snake.
higher self. Yeah, higher self.
Shedding skin.
And the third card is integrated woman.
Mm,
It's talking about self-acceptance.
Oh, she's
lovely.
great.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's my translation. Self-acceptance, be an integrated woman, come from your desires, make sure they're from the heart, and your inner authority. Trust yourself and listen to your true self.
Woohoo. Thank you, Mercury.
Mhm.
Okay, card two.
The full moon partial lunar
The
eclipse,
energy,
just
general energy, right?
the general
General
energy.
energy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Lindy.
I got the Fool, who is my fave.
Ooh.
Love the Fool.
You just said that about the other one. They're all your favorite.
I
Like,
love
come
them all.
on.
They're all
Let's be honest.
wise. No, well, let's be honest. Let me tell you why. First of all, zero.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
it is the full moon. It happens to be also the 56th lunar year for me. This is my birthday. This will be the day after my birthday. I was born on the full moon in Pisces during an eclipse. Same thing. So 57 years later,
Wow.
the Fool. It's a whole new, it's like I'm embracing the next phase with openness, with curiosity, with daring, with audacity, with what the fucks. Who cared? Let's go.
She
Let's
did start
go.
out that way, didn't she? She did start out with
57.
what the
I'm
fuck?
like, yes, I'm gonna be going into,
He's an
my
asshole. He's an
that
asshole.
phase, that phase. And it's gonna be great. So like I am like, let's go. I'm ready to
Love
jump.
it. Love
Yep.
it.
Like the song came to me. It's a whole new world. It's a whole new world.
But like a feisty edition of that,
Oh
a
yeah.
more
Well,
upbeat,
I'm sure
fast
Melinda will
version.
come up with some words around that. She's a poet. She writes songs. She's amazing, by the way.
I do love the Melinda songs. Okay,
Hmm.
here's my general energy. Stability, interesting.
Ooh, like
We were
that.
talking about lots of themes of foundation and all of that. So, I mean, this really makes sense. This card always kind of feels like it never gives you a straight answer because if you look at it, it's like, oh, the house is balancing. There is stability. But then you look at it and you're like, wait, it's on a rope. Is there stability? I don't know. But
Really though.
I think that can, it just means that it needs to be looked at. That stability needs to be looked at. What's anchoring, like we were talking about. Um, yeah. issues of the home and family, but it's between the two trees. So there is some grounding there. So hopefully the energy around this partial new moon lunar eclipse will be stable and grounding for me. I'm going to manifest that.
Yeah. I mean, you've got that Cancer energy that's still there. And then you also have Chiron still in Taurus. So all those themes are coming through. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And those
Hmm.
little squirrels always like there's
I
a little
know, it's so
something.
cute.
They're doing a little bit of preparation for the
They
winter.
are. They
Mm-hmm.
are.
Mm-hmm.
They are. And the owl is kind of like watching their back, like, oh, I gotcha. I
Yeah, and
see
like the
things.
seeds coming off of the
Yep.
dandelions, they're planting, they're doing. Yeah,
Hmm. Nice.
lovely.
Okay. Hmm. So the overarching energy, the general energy for me around this full moon partial is earth and grounding. Calm your mind, connect to your body, stay mindful, get back into nature.
Lovely.
Boof, bam, that just came to me just then. This looks to me like the elk horns when there's so many points to the elk horn, and elk being the deer, not elkhorn, acorn. And how with so many points, that's how much more mature that actual deer or beast is, whatever you call a male deer. I love that. And I love the cougar or the panther in the background. That's the supporting energy back there, supporting her back, really having her back right there. Love that.
Love.
Yeah, love that.
That's very cool.
I gotta keep these in order so I can journal about them after.
All right,
Uh,
last card.
Last
Gift to
card.
evolution.
Yes. Gift
Go
to
ahead,
evolution.
Melinda.
She's giggling.
Okay. 7 of Cups. My
Okay.
gift,
Okay.
my gift to evolution is being able to see all of the potentials, all of the choices in front of me, and being able to really understand intuitively what is the most high frequency choice
Mhm.
without needing to second guess myself at all, without needing to it'll just come. That's it. I'll be guided. It's a 7. Spirit speaks through the sevens. I will be able to be guided to at any point. That's my evolution, is just seeing the infinite or the 7 choices that are always present for us in any situation, in any opportunity, and really make the most high frequency choice based on co-creation with the divine. That's my evolution.
Wow. So many opportunities.
Hmm.
Don't do it alone.
Mm,
Got to ask for help.
yeah. All right. My gift to evolution is altar.
Oh.
So this seems like some very inward time, some very um putting the unknowns on the altar to be divinely sorted through. But yeah, quiet solo, uh, being in both like fire and water, because like they're in red, but the altar's floating on the like watery emotional intuition. The moon is in the background, so that's very much, intuition, the unseen. Maybe some things are going to be hidden, but if I take the time to lay them on the altar and go within, like things will become clear. So I think very much a sense of evolution comes from that really inner, sacred, ritualistic moment of not like forging ahead, just all in action, but taking the time to sit with what's deep in truth.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's how I take that.
I don't know if I even mentioned this, but when you have the lunar eclipse, the sun is over here, the moon is over here, and the earth is in the middle. If you can think of yourself as the earth, as the grounded piece, now you've got the light coming at you from both angles. So you're really getting a good view. Yeah, I like that.
Love that. All right, Adrian, what'd you pull?
What did I pull? Okay, so I pulled the inner child. I've been told I'm a very serious person, and I cannot lie. I am very serious, and I'm being told to, hold on to your inner child, review your inner child, go back and look at your inner child, and pull your strengths from that. Also, the unpredictable sudden changes in perspective and assumptions around my inner child, maybe something that ancestral that I need to heal here. It is something ancestral. I mean, it's not a maybe. Something ancestral here that it will be healing, and not to come from a place of shame, because that's where I tend to come from.
That's lovely.
These cards are not screwing around.
Nope.
No.
Nope. There you go. Bam,
Yeah.
bam,
Truth,
bam.
truth,
Mhm.
truth.
What a great idea to pull cards
was
with
so
your
fun.
astrological reading. Thank you, Adrienne.
We
That
need to
was
do
really
that more
fun.
often. That was really fun.
I'll be interested to know what everybody else pulls.
I
And,
know. Let us know.
if your mind immediately goes to something negative, don't be upset about, write down what came through, and then maybe take a moment to write down why it came through. And if you're not ready to take that bandage off, don't. But don't automatically absorb the negative portion of it. Just let it sit for just a bit.
Yeah. It could just be showing parts
Just
that need a little reflection without having to dive so deep into it.
softening.
Yeah.
Venus, softening. And then Mars, softening. Just like Melinda with the 10 of swords. You're going to be like, oh my God, I'm dead on the ground. And she did it. She was like, oh, okay.
Jabbed.
This is bringing me something. I've got to be aware of something. So
Yeah.
I love
So
tens.
fun. So
They're
fun.
good.
Well, thank you everyone for sticking around. You're the true
absolutely.
MVPs, sticking to the end here in our card pulls. But it
We'll
would be
send
really
you a
fun,
Mystics at the grocery store success sticker.
which we don't have made, but
We'll
one
make them.
day we'll make
All
them.
about
make 'em.
creation.
That's what we do at the studio. If you do a move that's been really challenging and you finally get it, you get a success sticker.
Cute.
There we
Aw.
go.
So
We
if
are
you listen to
creating
this
a
episode to the end
success.
and do all of those readings,
What do they say?
you get it.
If you're still here, comment success and we'll know that you're still here.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Wait,
I
that
like
could be your safe word.
success.
Success.
Or no, can I just say what came to me when Adrian said create the safe word?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I actually had a couple, but of course. I mean, it can't just be one word with me. No, mine is like dance break. Hold. Conflict.
please.
Hold, please. Dance break.
Dance break.
Mm.
You can't be mad if you're dancing at each other, you know?
Nope.
No, I have a dear, dear friend, and she does that actually with her husband sometimes, and he gets so pissed. Do you imagine an enforced dance break when you feel rigid, but the other person feels kind of flexible?
Yeah.
But does he dance with her?
Yes, he does.
Oh,
Very good.
Oh, they have a great marriage.
Aw.
I don't know if
They do. I mean, it's not like it happens right away, but like she's good. She doesn't force it to it happens. They dance together. Yeah.
That's very
I
good.
have
yeah.
I think my safe word with him would be sex break, and he'd be like, "Oh, okay, let's
Ooh, that would
sex
move.
break." He'd be
Move
like,
sex break. What about you, Rosalind?
I don't know, but what my mind went to is I've seen people online that have been like tickling my partner for a minute because they made me mad. But I'm like, that's kind of like a funny like conflict resolution of like
I know. It's
like I'm mad at you, but I'm just
I
gonna
don't
tickle
know how
you
I
and you're
feel
gonna
about
suffer.
that.
I don't either. I don't like
think
that one.
I like it.
Mm-mm.
We could have a whole episode on that. I think
Absolutely.
that could be potentially passive aggressive.
Exactly. I was the younger child and always tickled. And you know what happened? I started to bite people because I was like, you need to stop. You need to stop. It doesn't feel good. And then I ended up starting to bite people. So I don't like that one.
Strong boundaries are sexy.
Exactly.
Hilarious.
One of my
Okay.
mentors actually said, sometimes the most sacred act of love is drawing boundaries that protect your peace. Don't tickle me. I don't want to be
100%.
tickled.
Don't tickle
Protecting my
me.
peace. No tickles here.
No
That's funny.
tickles.
Well, thank you everybody. We hope you got a lot of wisdom from how to move through the next few weeks. And of course, we'll be back very soon. All of our information is in the show notes if you want to follow us on Instagram or see what services we each provide and upcoming events and all the goodies and things that we do. It's all there. So we would love to work with you and be in touch and help you along on your journey, just like we are
Absolutely.
journeying through ourselves.
Hmm.
So, love to you all, and we will see you very soon.
See you
See you at the grocery
soon.
store.
Bye. See you in the aisle.
I'll let you go first.